Hello guys, hey everyone, welcome back to a video. Today I have for you a statement from Yokoyama and a couple of articles from Yakuza games, Yakuza related stuff. Okay, alright, so let's get into it. Masayoshi Yokoyama, the point is, my team and I decide who to cast. Actors' personal scandals are not a factor in that decision. And that's basically a tweet. So yeah, you said it, you hear him, from himself, from Yokoyama himself. This is RGG Studio. This isn't Sega. This isn't Corporation. This isn't higher ups. This is RGG Studio. This is their statement. The point is, my team and I decide who to cast. Actors' personal scandals are not a factor in that decision. I want to ask one question to Yokoyama then. How far does it go? So how far are the personal scandals are gonna have to go? How much are you or aren't you paying attention? You just said it's not a factor in casting. So what about the people that are in drug addictions? What about them? What about the agencies? You don't look at someone doing crimes or personal scandals? It's not this. By the way, this isn't just a personal scandal. This isn't just a personal scandal. This is a nationwide scandal. This is a nationwide scandal because he went on national television, Kagawa. So, what's the line? So he draws the line at drug addictions? Well, he sure smokes and drinks a lot. So that line seems to be lost in the sand or something. So I want to look at the comments, see what they're saying. This feels weirdly translated. Like, is the parentheses implied, or is it something he said under his breath? Or regardless, didn't they recast some actors for that exact reason? Yeah, I do say, like, I don't know where they are getting this information from. I don't know where they're getting this parentheses from, because I look at, I mean, maybe that's what the translation is. I give it to the commenter, but at the same time, bruh, it's in front of you. Like, it's in front of you. VP of Sega RGG Studio, he said it in the video. He says it there himself. And this isn't like, yeah, he says it. He says it on video. He says, I assume the difference is that the actor in Judgment, Pierre Taki, was actually imprisoned and convicted. He was likely dropped by his agency, and hence Sega removed him from their game as well. Kagawa merely had a scandal with no legal repercussions. It remains with his agency, and thus they don't see an issue. So just because Kagawa faced no legal repercussions, right? Just because the legal system didn't catch up to him yet, they think it's okay. They don't look at the victims. They don't look at the event. They don't look at anything. They just look at this incident, and they say it's fine. Well, I thought it wasn't a factor, their personal scandals. Well, but it only matters if they're in the legal system or not. So they look at the legal system. That, I don't know. This is a funny post to be sitting right next to another one, linking to an article about how Like a Dragon apparently goes through 10 or 20 times the ethical checks a typical game does. I also have I do have the article here. We're gonna look at that too, but yeah, that's hilarious. Yep, I had to chuckle at that. Apparently, rigorous ethic checks don't involve vetting to see if your actors are creeps. No, I guess not. I mean, maybe that's the point. Maybe that's the whole purpose. Thanks for the follow, Daniel. Appreciate it. These are all from the same sources, basically. The article is about Yokoyama speaking on a YouTube podcast hosted by Nagumo or Kanda's VA, and this is a quote said by him from the same podcast. We gotta take a look at this podcast. Does this mean Like a Dragon 9 could have Kevin Spacey? This is advanced Yakuza. This is advanced Yakuza, Mitchell. Yo, who's playing? Yeah. Who's playing Like a Dragon 9 as Kevin Spacey? Who's playing Lad 9 as Kevin Spacey? Show of hands. Lad 9, Ichiban and the gang go to Epstein Island. Release the Nele files. Ichiban recruits Diddy as a party member. Okay, all right. Thank you, Reddit humor. Thank you. Anyway, moving on. I very much support the removal of Kagawa, but also just want to add that this has been taken very much out of context. I do speak Japanese pretty fluently, and that part of the interview was about how the online gacha game had a different actor for Kanda, so they were thinking about who would be more familiar to people. At no point was Kagawa or his character mentioned, nor that they don't care about scandals at all. Not only that, but Yokoyama mentioned that since they started to sell the games worldwide, they're trying to be more careful about what could be considered offensive in other countries or cultures. I hope the last part will be kept this time as well, and they will depart from Kagawa for good. Let's just take his word for it, right? Let's just make it easier for ourselves and like take his word for it. It makes him look worse. if we take this for your like face value, you're making him look worse. Like you're putting up this defense, and he's going ahead with Kagawa. Like you're saying like the clip's taken out of context, but they're not lying. Redditor who speaks Japanese. Ooh, you should be afraid for Redditors telling you that he speaks Japanese. Disappointing, but expected. This literally isn't a translation of what the Japanese says. The Japanese only says something to the effect of regarding whether we all use or don't use. I don't get this at all. And because of stuff like that, women still have to live in fear of men if assholes like Kagawa get roles in famous video games. Just assault some woman, say you're sorry, and that's it. It was just a woman after all, and we know women aren't that respected in Japan. And this has 138 upvotes. I mean, so far, like this guy, like thanks, man. Like you're like keeping my sanity here. Didn't RGG remove an actor from Judgment because he got caught with drugs? Guess they're cool with sex offenders. Yeah, they did that. And I think like this, I like this comment a lot. It's a simple comment, but it puts the responsibility on RGG Studio to hire somebody. And they don't, a lot of people use the agency defense. It's like, oh, like the agency doesn't like him. The agency doesn't like him. It's like, well, the RGG is bigger than that. So, I mean, he's right though. Unfortunately, Japanese and Western ethics don't line up all the time. He's right. Well, if we want to give him credit, yeah. He's not lying here. He definitely hired a woman who... not a woman, sorry. He hired a man who groped a woman. Definitely doesn't think... He definitely believes this. He's definitely not lying. Sadly, we here in the West aren't exactly great at giving accountability to sex pets in the entertainment industry. And I dearly want to believe at the very least Japan isn't especially singularly troublesome in the tapestry of this problem. You want to believe Japan isn't the one? Oh, bro. Oh, you're about to wake up. This is blatant misinformation. It's a mistranslation of a sentence that isn't even about the Kagawa situation. Really hate it when people who don't know Japanese chip in to translate important subjects just to be a part of this conversation. I agree with this part, okay? Like, I agree with this part. I'm not chipping in on the Japanese. I'm just covering, okay? Like, I'm just covering the situation. It's an article and we're just reading it together. But I agree. This one, though, he's a glazer, man. He's definitely glazing. 200% glazing. I think this has gone on for long enough now. Yep. Just don't play the game when it comes out. That will show them. This is what we've been saying. And people say this is like, oh, this is not, it's like, boycotting doesn't work. It's like, no, it's like the only way that you're going to get your message across is by not playing the game when it comes out. I don't judge people for playing the game. I don't judge people for not playing the game. I've always said this. I've also always said many times in this channel, we never needed Kiwami 3. I think the original game is perfectly fine. If the blocking is troublesome, you can put it on easy mode. Get over your ego, sit down and enjoy the game, please. It's a game from 2008. It's going to be janky. And if you can't stand playing a game on easy mode, I don't know what else to tell you. That doesn't make the game bad. They give you a difficulty option for a reason. I've always said this. We've always believed this. So I wouldn't play Kiwami 3. But I also don't blame others for wanting to play Kiwami 3 because it looks like Kiwami 3 is going to be the last Yakuza that we're going to be getting for a while. So from my standpoint, it's a messy situation, but I also believe very clearly what I have to do and like where I stand. So I just trying to make sure like I'm trying to make sure like people aren't going at each other like judging each other or like insulting each other over this stuff, because that's what I really don't want to happen. It's like, we enjoy it, we don't enjoy it, it's fine, we're all fans. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got to say about this. Yeah, guys. He don't care. He doesn't care. There's plenty of other games, guys. There's plenty of other games that you can play. I know Persona is great. We're going to cover Persona in a bit, but not Persona. We're going to cover Sega in a bit, not Persona. I know those games are great. Go and play them. Like there's millions of other games coming out. I know like 10 new games just got announced. There's like a Game Ranks video. They were covering it. So yeah, guys, like, don't worry, it's fine, it's all right. If they don't care, then we'll just show them that, you know, we don't want your game. If personal, you know, scandals aren't a factor in your casting, then we will make it a factor in your casting. If it's not a factor in your casting, we will make it. We will make it a factor. We'll make it a factor. By not, I won't be playing it. I won't be buying it. The fact that this all could have been avoided if they just fired them is insane to me. Like, it seems like I think so. The whole situation could have been avoided, but I also think they didn't want to avoid the situation. Like they're okay with this. They're fine with it. They're okay. Like he says it here. The point is, my team and I who decide who to cast. Actors' personal scandals are not a factor in that decision. Even if it's out of context, apply it to Kagawa. It makes sense. The shoe fits. The shoe fits. Like, it's as clear as day, in my opinion. In my opinion, the shoe fits from what we've seen, what we read together. Alright, so I think that's good. So guys, let's move on to the next article, which one of the comments actually mentioned. Like a Dragon goes through 10 to 20 times more legal and ethical checks than a typical game, RGG Studio chief says. RGG Studio director and Like a Dragon series executive director Masayoshi Yokoyama talks about the strict procedure each Yakuza game faces. That's funny, man, because we got you on camera. We got you 4K. We got you 4K. That ain't me. We got you 4K, buddy. We got you 4K, brother. Brother, what is this? Next comment. Yeah, so let's move on. Let's read the article. Although Yakuza and Like a Dragon games don't typically tread into explicit content, it seems like the franchise's depictions of the Japanese criminal underworld put it under a significant amount of scrutiny, despite the goofiness that always accompanies its dark and violent themes. Like a Dragon series executive producer and RGG Studio director Masayoshi Yokoyama recently commented on the topic in a talk with the voice actor Hiroyuki Miyasako. Miyasako will be reprising his role as Yakuza 3's irredeemable villain Tsuyoshi Kanda in the upcoming Yakuza Kiwami 3. During his talk with Yokoyama, he reminisced about his character's infamous introduction scene, in the original game calling it an unbelievable beep scene. Yokoyama laughs but immediately corrects him, saying, No, that was a massage scene. That's Kanda's unusual hobby of giving massages, don't get it wrong. Why are you headcanoning your own character? Brother, you wrote him. You wrote the character. Brother, you're in the writer's room. Kagawa is the real villain? Yeah, he is, you know, he is one of the villains in the game. That's funny. In Yakuza 3, Kanda is described as having a fixation for giving women rough massages, but as many details in the game point to, this is a euphemism for something a lot darker, and yeah, that's, you know, I think Yokoyama's, that slipped over Yokoyama's head. Making fanfiction about a character you made. Okay. Someone's gotta talk to him like, brother, you were there when it was written. Okay. Yokoyama confirms as much, calling the massage thing a flimsy explanation I came up with. He then continues to explain that Like a Dragon faces some of the strictest ethical restrictions out there. Because of the subject matter, we go through 10 or 20 times more legal and ethical checks than the typical project. We have to be careful about all kinds of things. Additionally, with the Wait, hold on. So I want to know like what this looks like. What does like what? So like 10 times 0 is 0. Okay. 10 times 1 is 1. So like whatever they're doing at face value, if he's saying, oh, so it's going through like 10 or 20 times more, it's like, well, like how much more? Alright. Additionally, with the franchise going global, the scrutiny isn't just at home, but international. Things that seem fine to Japanese sensibilities can be completely off limits in another country, even if it's just one word in the script or a specific street sign that resembles something taboo. We have to clear all of that before we can release globally. Like, so this is like, things like this are what, like, like, I understand why people try to defend them, because like there's so much inconsistency. They're like, oh, it has to be a translation issue, but there is no translation issue when there's no translation issue when you're hiring Kagawa. And like he knows, they all know, he went on national TV. So I don't know what, like, I guess this is what it looks like. They look at like street signs, or like, even if it's just like one word in the script, it's like, I think you need to look at like other things, bro. Okay. The issue is directly related to sales as well. In Japan, Like a Dragon titles are getting produced with the 0D rating in mind, ages 17 and up. But if a title were to be bumped up to 0Z, ages 18 and up, by Japan's rating body, retailers won't be able to display it the same way they do other games. It would be sectioned off the same way pornographic magazines do, Yokoyama explains. What? Really? That's like... That's not even the same. That's not even the same. What? That's weird. It's weird that they have to like get around that. And since each of the countries in which Like a Dragon titles are sold have their own rating systems, Yokoyama admits to having a difficult time preparing titles for global release. Since Yakuza is known and appreciated as an adult genre with dark themes, it seems like striking the right balance is quite precarious. Having this article next to this one is like, it's humor. But like article itself, they're trying to cover the situation. They're not like sporting or not sporting. They don't have any comments. Yeah. What do you guys think? I mean, there's a bunch of stuff to... New joke? We need new jokes? You think we need new jokes, bro? How about we make you a joke? Guys. Guys, Yokoyama is the new joke. Yokoyama is our new joke. Yoo-hoo! Pull up that photo of him smiling. There you go. And there he is. There he is, the main man. Oh yeah. Masayoshi Yokoyama. I don't care about personal scandals. I'm gonna hire. Alright, so I have some final thoughts to wrap up. This is a like emotional roller coaster. Like a roller coaster of an article. I don't understand, why would like Yokoyama hire people like that, knowing that like he has to work with him, or like having other people work with him, or like having somebody like that around women. Like that's the issue, right? I think we can talk about that. Like the real issue with hiring people like that is the fact that you're gonna bring people like that around yourself and women. And so like how safe are people going to feel that he's capable of something like that? So yeah, like when I look at like, if I was hiring and like, yeah, like I would definitely vet the backgrounds to see, yeah, and even if they had a past like that, you know, like if I were to hire them, I would look at who they are now. Like what are they doing now? Are they a changed person? Are they, you know, are they making meaningful changes? Are they amending for their mistakes? Did they apologize to the victims? That's what I would look at. Yokoyama just says that it's not a factor in our making. Like that's kind of reckless. Hold on, let me just do the outro then. Let me just do an outro because I didn't even do an outro for this one. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and follow for more. Say hi to YouTube. Okay, go. Say hi to YouTube. Say hi to YouTube. Yeah. All right. I get this burp. Burp. All right. Everyone close. All right. Bye bye. Bye bye, guys.